listening to the Off Axis Podcast.
So let's talk about how Skip talks like a woman on the phone.
Oh, yeah, we've been waiting for an hour to do this.
Can we get like a
I've been powder coating.
Can we get a verified time on how long that conversation was?
Yeah, let's look that up.
I can look it up.
It went
I was
on
talking to two-time
forever.
Atlantic City winner Joey Payne.
I don't know Joey Payne. Actually, I did. I actually met him this
Joey
weekend.
Payne's cool.
Yeah. He doesn't get along with...
36 minutes. I was powder coating.
Yeah, it was a while.
I was powder coating.
But we were over there trying to have a conversation. I was trying to show Jeffrey.
How can we have a conversation if I'm on the phone with damn Joey Payne?
Yeah.
Because maybe you would see us standing behind you, waiting for you to get off.
I'm going to have an hour-long conversation with you right now.
This is an hour?
No.
See? Jeffrey's like, man,
We don't have time now.
There's coyotes to shoot.
Bring us some more beer.
What do you mean? Have you shot it? So Jesse.
He told you about me missing one, didn't he?
No, he didn't. Which is right. Jesse, my tire carrier in years past before this new rule. Jesse and Jeffrey are basically one and the same. They're best buds. They look a lot alike. Both grow great beards. He just got, what did he get? An AK? What did he get? An assault rifle.
Yeah, he got a 5.56. Same thing as a 223 assault rifle.
Does the government know about it?
Yeah. They his was registered, so.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but we're on this coyote killing spree, and I missed one the other day. I just assumed he told you.
I asked him. I said, "What are you gonna do with that gun?" He said, "Well, shit, son, I'm just gonna shoot some coyotes. I got night vision for it." So he's got a night vision on the thing.
He like went all out. I spent like $600 on a night vision scope, which is run off of a infrared light. He went and spent $2,200 on a actual thermal night vision scope. I'm like,
wow.
Well, now you're just showing off. So
That's professional coyote hunting.
You got to get them yotes, man.
Are the coyotes bad out in your neck of the woods?
Yeah.
I've
been seeing them out in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he was telling me about how you did shoot one that was just on the
Shot at one.
Shot at one.
What do you do with them when you kill them?
I want to get one mounted. I haven't got one mounted. I've never killed one. Well, I shot them out of a helicopter, but I've never.
Where at?
Down in Texas.
Coyotes?
Yeah.
What else do you shoot? And pig? I've seen that.
Yeah.
Fix your mic, bro.
Come on.
You're not a.
That sounds so badass, though. Hey, I shot one out of a helicopter.
You got cattle out there? Is that why you're shooting the coyotes?
No.
Keeping them away from your stock?
No, I like turkey hunting, and they eat the turkeys, so.
That's true.
Is turkey hunting big around here?
It's not real big. We don't have a huge turkey population, but.
What would it be called when they take the umbrella-looking thing and they're hiding behind it and they look like a turkey and the turkey comes up to fight it and they just blast its head off?
That's right.
If somebody's listening to this and they want to see that on YouTube, what would they search?
I think they call it the Reaper, is what they call that thing.
Dude, it is. If you get a chance to look that up, it's the funniest thing.
Just point blank.
It's like a little. Yeah.
Please pull it up if you would. They have this thing. It looks like an umbrella, and it's got the rifle sticking out of it, and it's like the guy's clearly behind it, but it looks like a turkey in the front, and he's like just standing there, kind of hopping around, and the turkey comes up like it's gonna fight him because they're, they fight each other like they're mating, like in mating season, and he just like the turkey walks up and gets like this close, like across the table, and just pow blows their head off.
It's pretty legit.
Have you done it?
I haven't.
Thanksgiving dinner.
I've always been scared to do that because, I mean, if someone, for some reason, even if it's on private property, happens to be on your property turkey hunting illegally, and they see you out there with this little freaking umbrella thing out in front of you, and they're like, oh, shit, there's a turkey, and then they shoot you. It'd be a shitty situation.
Yeah.
Is it not obvious, though? I feel like it'd be obvious to us.
You would think, but you got to remember there's a lot of not-so-smart people in this world.
Yeah.
That carry guns.
Or people that just want a reason to shoot somebody that's on their property.
Yeah.
I thought it was a turkey.
Yeah.
So you guys have been duck hunting quite a bit too, right?
Jesse didn't go much, but he actually he ended up killing 2 ducks this year. He shot one morning. I was like, well, at least you didn't get skunked. So then we went out the other morning and he shot another duck. So I was like, well, that's 2.
You got dogs?
I
go fetch them.
I got one at training right now. He's got 2 more.
This is a touchy subject. You don't want to bring
oh,
this
really?
up.
Yeah,
so who swims out there and gets it? You bring a friend. That swims out there and grabs it.
See, that's part of the deal.
Like Joe Dirt.
If you ever want to go duck hunting with me, you got to swim out there and get it.
See, boy, that's how it's done.
Oh man.
He sent his dog off. How long has it been gone?
It's been gone 4 months so far.
Holy
To
to
cow.
get trained?
Yeah, he's got 2 more months. But he's going to be, I mean, he's already pretty badass.
What kind of dog is that?
Chesapeake Bay Retriever.
That's why he
that's
comes here
cool.
so much. Hangs out with my tiny dog.
Yeah,
That's
he
all
ain't
he's.
fetching
That's
no
all he's
dog.
got.
No.
Max ain't fetching nothing.
Duck
Dude.
would snatch him up.
I did see a video of a dog the same size as Max retrieving a duck the other day, and it
Dude,
was
it's like-
like the happiest thing in the world.
That's funny.
I mean, it struggled.
He would do it.
It didn't exactly bring it back with ease, but it got it back.
Have you ever hunted, Greg?
I've been hunting. I've never shot anything.
Hunted.
Hunted.
Hunted's not a word. Is it?
Hunted.
Yeah, it is. Have you been hunting?
I've been hunting.
I'm from Iowa, bro. There's nothing much to do there.
Well, what do you guys hunt there? Corn?
They
What do you hunt? What do you hunt?
Bring
in
it
Ohio?
down.
Deer.
Deer, duck, goose,
I did
turkey,
hit.
pheasant.
I was
a
pretty
lot
good.
of pheasant.
I was driving home one night in high school, and a wild boar came flying out of the
In Missouri.
in Missouri. It came flying out of the woods and like straight into the side of my car, and it killed it. So technically,
Those are big there too.
they're huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're everywhere.
I'm pretty sure the country records out of there.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Pretty sure. I met
I
the.
bet
I mean, it
probably.
was a little while ago because I met the guy who did it. Like I was at Sportsman Warehouse, which is huge there. There's nothing around here like that.
How do you know he did it?
Because I saw his
did he
picture
wear it?
and I saw the award and like he was there and I was like, this is really weird.
Photoshop.
Right?
Who gives out that award?
This I don't know.
Yeah,
DNR.
game
I don't
night.
know.
So have you
No
done
idea.
the deal? So like Greg has killed a wild boar with his car.
Yeah.
Have you done the deal where you kill him with a knife?
I have not. I want to.
You and Jesse went on a boar hunt, didn't
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
did you get anything?
Yeah, I shot one. He missed one at like 5 yards with my gun.
Nerd.
Yeah.
That's where you need that scope.
Yeah, if you had the night vision scope that showed thermal red or whatever.
Yeah.
So those guys that chase him down and kill him with a knife, how crazy is
It's
that?
pretty legit.
Because
That-
those things will like.
Oh, they'll mess you
And
up.
aren't
They don't get
smart?
caught though. They don't get caught. Like they don't trap them and then they go.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
actually.
They catch them with
Oh,
like
okay.
they'll send dogs in there to catch them.
But they're not tied up.
Right.
You're hand to hand with
Oh,
them
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the dogs corner
Kinda
them,
just
and you run
corner
up and
them.
stab it.
I'm
Yeah.
out.
Now those they say that like pigs are super smart, right?
They're pretty smart. I mean, they're dumb, but they're
Smarter than a deer.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Really?
No. They got really good noses, but they're not near as smart as a deer.
I feel like I need to get out in the wilderness and just
Be a
kill
man.
something and
Feeling
just
it?
Be a
drink
man.
the blood.
Now that you're a stay-at-home dad, you're feeling you need
Now
to
that I'm a father, I need to release.
need to get out there and do something
think
manly.
We should do this.
What would you do? Just bring home the meat to the family and say, "Here, feed you."
I've provided a meal for everybody. I am a man.
A hunter and gatherer.
Go outside and make a fire in front of my little townhouse in Cornelius with 2 sticks.
I feel like
and
the
a
HOA
thing of
would
lint.
disapprove of that.
I'd invite everybody over and have a
that'd be
pig
fun.
roast.
Pig
There you go.
roast.
Yeah, right
See?
out in
Where'd
the
you get
mean
this?
streets of Cornelius.
My bare hands.
Invite all your neighbors that may or may not be extreme PETA supporters.
Yeah, we're in Cornelius. There's probably quite a few vegans there.
Oh, no
Yeah.
doubt. Clean
Especially,
juice.
yeah, especially where you are.
Like Corey,
It's
clean juicing.
probably all vegans there.
I feel like we should go on an off-axis hunting trip, but I am staying south of your gun. Like, you're going to stay in front of me.
Have you ever seen Wedding Crashers when they go like quail hunting? That's
Right.
about what it would be like.
Man.
I was
So,
promised a duck hunting trip last time someone was on the podcast.
Your waders would be full of water so fast, he
Yeah.
would just sink.
I want to go. I'm down.
Do you feel like if you went on one of like the Bear Grylls show, that you would be just fine? Would you be showing him around?
No.
One that shows
I
fake.
mean,
So
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. 100%
Don't
fake.
make
it's
as
not.
fake as you make it. In
I
your
mean,
mind.
It's fake.
I feel like I
he's-
can go on
he's-
River Monsters and catch something.
I mean, he still like jumps down a waterfall.
yeah, I mean, he still does crazy stuff, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's not all
A continuous. Like
yeah.
they shoot for the day and then they go to their hotel and then they come
Yeah.
back and they do their thing.
Yeah.
But it's still cool. Bear Grylls is a badass.
feel like
I used
if
to
you
watch
were-
him every night.
If you were out in the wild for like 4 or 5 days, you'd be
I think
fine.
I can make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can make it. I could probably make it. I don't know, a week or 2. But I'd probably get pretty desperate after that.
I would get desperate after a day.
So, do you feel like you want to do something with hunting when your NASCAR career's over? Is that where you want to go?
Yeah, that's my plan.
Like a TV show or something, like a Wally. Doesn't Greg Zipadelli has a hunting drop zone and
Yeah.
then Wally Dallenbach?
Yep. Yeah, they got the drop zone. I think it's still drop zone TV, ain't it?
Yeah, drop zone. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do well.
Yeah. Yeah. they
Seems
do.
like I don't
They
know
got a house
anything
show for-
about it.
Yeah. Yeah, they did pretty good. I did the hunting show a little bit, but I just too busy right now for me to do it and do it successfully. So I'm trying to stay in ties with a lot of people in the hunting industry and maybe looking at doing some stuff even next off season. So we'll see, but that's my goal. It's nice to have a backup plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not bad, especially when you enjoy.
Yeah.
How'd you get into it? Your dad?
Yeah, my dad and my stepmom's dad, they always hunted together, and obviously my grandpa hunted a lot too. But
You bring your uncle out with you much?
we took him out bow fishing one time. That was a trip.
That looks awesome.
Dude.
Bow fishing.
It's fun, especially once you get the hang of it. But well, he definitely needs to go get a little more practice.
Now, doesn't it like when you shoot? So for bow hunting, people that don't know, you have a boat with a bunch of lights on it, right?
Yep.
Why don't you explain it?
Yeah, so you got a boat with a bunch of lights all the way around the front, and you just troll around with a trolling motor, looking for carp, catfish, gar. Those are your three main ones that you can shoot.
Beavers. I know Jesse has shot a beaver.
But you just troll around looking for them, and you catch them at night up on the banks feeding, eating grass, whatever.
But you shoot an arrow in its head or wherever you can shoot it.
Yeah, wherever you can hit it.
Now, when you shoot the arrow into the water, you have to aim a certain way because when the arrow hits the water, it moves, right?
Well,
Light.
water, yeah. Well, water refracts image also. So if the fish looks like it's, normally you have to aim lower than where it looks like the fish is, because if the fish looks like it's only a foot down, it could be like 3 feet down. Depending on whatever depth it is, it gets more aggressive the deeper it is. So
Tricky.
yeah,
And do they come up to the light?
No. Well, gar will come up just to like kind of see what's going on, but
Gar's
Yeah.
a nasty
Those things
fish.
are nasty, bro.
Scary looking.
You know who's good at that? John Palmhorse.
yeah,
Johnny,
JP,
dude,
he-
I follow him on Instagram. He's always bow fishing.
Who's that?
Johnny
Oh,
Moore.
Johnny Moore.
His-
So John,
no,
it's
his
his
son.
Okay, I don't
Yeah.
know him.
He's always bow fishing.
His Instagrams, yeah.
Dude,
So,
he can
he's like the
nail him from
master.
like way
Yeah.
far away.
You ever see
too.
that video of the guy that shoots it off a bridge?
Yeah, those off of like the dams. They're like on top of
That's
the dam,
nuts.
and they're shooting
Yeah.
like down, and yeah, it's
It's in the middle
insane.
of the day.
Yeah, those guys are good. I'm not that good, so
So Uncle Dale didn't do so hot.
no. He missed quite a few, but we had a good time. My dad's trolling motor broke, and my dad thinks he's the master at everything because he's just as stubborn as I guess any of the rest of the Earnhardts. But so he thought he was going to be able to fix the trolling motor.
That is a
and-
nasty looking fish.
yeah, that's probably the biggest one I've ever shot.
How
Wow.
big is
Whoa,
this
massive.
car we're looking at?
That one, I mean, it looks really really big, but it's that one was like 15 pounds, long nose gar.
He did
so
the
how long
fishing.
is it? About 4 feet?
It was pretty long. I
Oh,
can't
more than
remember.
that.
Holy
Looks
crap!
like 5
that thing
foot,
looks
dude.
about tall as you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
it was
insane.
That was a good one. But
You put up a good fight.
yeah. Gar put up a real good fight.
So you shoot into it with an arrow, and the arrow's got a line, and you reel it in like a fish,
Yeah.
like a fishing
Yeah,
rod.
just like a normal fishing rod.
It is a fish, so you'd reel it in like a fish.
You reel the fish in like a fish.
But is it as hard as a fight as if you just hooked it with a line?
It just depends on how you hit it. Sometimes you can hit them and they don't hardly fight at all, and then other times it's like you barely get them in the tail or something, and they'll fight like crazy. So really just depends. But they can put up a pretty good fight. Stingrays put up a big fight.
So you've done this in saltwater as well.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Stingrays. If you shoot a stingray in its wing, it's a damn good fight, and you'll shoot 40-pounders all day long with stingrays.
Dang.
So carp are pretty nasty. What do
Yeah.
people usually do when they catch them? Just let them.
Throw him back.
They feed them. Feed them to the fish. Throw them back.
Yeah. I mean, some people use them as fertilizer. They take them and grind them up in grinders, but turtles got to eat too. So
Turtles do gotta eat.
So
They're nasty.
yeah, they're pretty gross. I wouldn't recommend. It was funny. Me and Jesse just got done bow fishing. We're at the boat ramp, and this bass fisher, I think we either got done fishing or we were about to go out. This bass fisher's coming in, and he's going up to get his trailer, and he's like, "What do y'all do with them carp when y'all get done?" And I was like, normally just toss them nothing really
no
crazy.
PETA listens to our podcast. By the way.
Yeah. So he goes, man, I got a really good recipe for them things, and I was like, all right. I was
What
like,
do carp eat?
they're just bottom feeders. So
Ugh.
yeah.
And Mike Norman, God knows, condoms.
Toxic waste.
Yeah.
Used skull.
Yeah.
Dip packs.
Yeah. That's all. That's like a carbs buffet right there.
Ugh.
That's
And
gross.
you're eating what has built that.
Yeah.
Oof.
Has built that.
But he's like, yeah, you go out, you get you a nice cedar plank to cook it on, and he's like, heat the oven up to whatever degrees, put some lemon juice on there, stick it in there, cook it for this long. He said, pull it out, throw the fish away, and eat the board. He said,
Oh, gosh.
So that's the best recipe for eating a carp.
This has been the most educational podcast yet.
Well, it's pretty cool. Like,
Learning a lot about environmental
I'd like to get out.
hunting.
I think we need to get out in nature. I think it would.
You can go hike a
counterbalance-
mountain
instead of
Also-
having.
Go climb Grandfather
Say
Mountain.
you go hiking. You bringing a pistol on you in case
Definitely.
a mountain cat comes up?
Yeah.
'Cause I think about
Yeah.
that often.
Yeah.
I
For
wanna
sure.
be
Why wouldn't
strapped.
you?
I've seen Grizzly Man. I want to be strapped.
I mean, there are warning signs.
Yeah.
Danger.
at all these mountains around here.
Grandfather Mountain for sure.
What's it say?
Warning, you'll die.
Yeah.
Warn, like, what's the warning? Like, you die if you step off the ledge, or like warning there's
Cat.
wildlife here
Like
that'll
wildlife.
eat you?
Like there's
Big cat.
bears.
Yeah, there's gotta be cat. Yeah, there's for sure
Yeah.
bears up there. There's gotta
Mhm.
be big cats.
Well, I
One
see all
time
these
they,
pictures of these girls in their yoga pants and their yoga clothes, and I'm like, you are out of line.
It's like a small
This is
snack
not
though.
hot yoga.
I'm sure it's like the chances of it actually happening, of them
Dude.
coming. I'm
Yeah.
sure they stay far away from where everybody.
Don't care.
Most
you
of the
turn
time-
line, you turn the corner, and there's a mountain cat there. You are.
It's been
up the
watching
creek,
you for like
bro.
20 minutes.
You are
if you
up
see
the
it.
creek.
You know that, right?
Yeah, most of the
It's not
time,
polar
wildlife doesn't want to mess with you. They're more scared of you than anything.
Yeah.
Springtime's the worst. That's when animals have cubs, and you don't want to mess with the
You just
mama
watch too
bear or
much.
cub.
Trust
Too
me,
much
I've-
Hollywood, man. You watch too many movies.
I see my
TV.
wife around when people get too close. I know what they're like when their cubs are around. I've seen it.
So speaking of bears, do you have any plans to go big game hunting this year or in the near future?
I talked with some people at the ATA show up in Indianapolis this year about going and doing some elk hunting. That's a big one on my list.
That'd be fun.
I want to go shoot a bear out towards the coast of North Carolina this year. That'd be nice. I get some big bear out there. Jesse got to kill a bear, and
I know. I see. He got
yeah.
it. It's on a rug now on
Yeah.
his floor.
That'd be
What?
awesome.
he
I
got
wonder if he ever
full
trips
rug.
over its head.
Yeah.
Was
that'd
it the
be-
one that prevents forest fires?
It wasn't Smokey.
Smokey.
No, it was Smokey's cousin.
Smokey's cuz.
Smokey's relatives.
What
Yeah.
about like the crazy like hunts like elephants or
Oh no, I don't
any,
really
like
have
the
a.
wild ones
I don't have a huge desire to go shoot an elephant
or lion?
I mean, lion would be cool, but you catch so much grief for doing it. I think it's more hassle than it's worth.
You gotta
but,
hunt something that's gonna kill you.
yeah,
Like
A lion will kill you.
elephant's not gonna mess with you.
A lion will kill you.
Well, yeah.
I did
Exactly.
an alligator. That was
You killed an alligator?
yeah.
Where at?
In Lakeland, Florida.
Like actual like you see on TV the swamp. You had to like have the gun in.
Well, I
'em.
did it with my
Shoot.
bow.
Where really?
Tommy,
Yeah.
shoot.
Shoot him. Shoot him. So did you guys go out on like a fan boat and do that?
No, we did it from the bank. At one point, I was waist deep in the water. 12-foot alligator, like 20 yards from me.
That's always fun.
It's pretty legit.
Yikes! But you had a firearm and he did not.
No,
You
no
did, what'd you
firearm.
kill it with?
A bow.
Bare
Yeah.
hands.
So what if you would have missed? Then you would have been gator meat, man.
Yeah, it'd been a rough situation, but
You didn't have a backup gun or anything?
no.
Oh my gosh.
No, just the guide that was with me. He was crazier than shit. His name was you call him Gator Glenn Griseffi down in Lakeland, Florida. And he's like, if anything happens, he's like, you just get out of the way. I'm like, you gonna sacrifice yourself for me?
Now
you can
those
jump on
things-
that thing and ride it.
The
He would.
gators aren't really dangerous till they disappear, right?
Yeah,
And when they disappear, you're like, oh boy.
then yeah.
Or they get on the land.
They're
They're super fast.
Yeah, they can run like 45 mile an hour.
Yeah, a
It's
lot of
fine. I
people
can't
don't
run
know
that
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, I can't run that fast.
Like people think that as long as they're in the water, like they're fast in the water, but they're slow on land. No, they're just as fast.
Those things usually won't mess with you though, unless you're messing with them, right?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta really be pissing them off to like you run up on a nest and mama comes after you, you're screwed.
I touched one.
Wow.
Over
In the wild?
Yeah, in Thanksgiving. You didn't see it? It was
In
on
the
my
wild?
Instagram story. Yeah, I touched it, and it,
Put your head in its mouth. Like
no, I was like behind it, and I had my Instagram story. And I touched its tail, and it like went into the water.
How big was this thing?
It's pretty good size. It was
Like
not. It was not a
2.5
baby.
feet?
No,
Two
it
and a
was like
half
it was probably 5-6 foot long.
Teenager?
I will show you the video.
There was one in Florida when we were there a couple weeks ago at Disney, but I would have punted that thing across the lake.
That Disneyland?
At Disney World.
Disney World. Oh yeah.
It gets sketchy though because you hear that story like the kids getting snatched off the beach, man. Yikes! I'm going in it. I'm Happy Gilmore in that thing. I'm jumping in after it, headbutting it. But
Done.
so
Gotta skip the dad over here.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Changed man.
He's a whole new man now.
Changed man.
The way he looks at life is completely different.
it's a different.
Ask him about. I'll see him. We'll be out in public at dinner or something. He'll be looking around, and I'll be like, "What are you thinking about?" Just if there was a zombie apocalypse right now, like what I would do to, who would go first, and what I would use as a
It's
weapon.
usually only Walking Dead season. But you always gotta have an escape plan.
Yeah.
Too many people, man. You don't realize this place. Just
It
think.
could turn
ask
into a
Jeffrey.
zombie apocalypse like
Ask
that.
Jeffrey, we are very far removed from the wilderness that this is. You're here, we're here in this office, it's all fine and dandy, but then all of a sudden, you could be waist deep in crocodile shit, and it's about to bite you.
Yeah.
12-foot
true.
crocodile, right?
Shit
You
gets
got
real
it.
quick.
How you gonna live?
I'm gonna stay right here in this office. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna go in the wild. There's
Wow.
people that do that, and that's not me.
Well, if the zombie apocalypse comes, you're in the wild.
It's not gonna happen.
And you're gonna have to go see Jesse, and hopefully he's got
Yeah.
his scope.
He's got extra room.
Yeah, I got 2 clips in a 9mm, so if anybody tries to come in, I'll
Look at
probably
you.
miss them.
What, you got 24 shots to make it happen?
I got 30,
Oh,
15.
Make
Holds
them
15.
count.
So if anybody tries to come and visit you at night, what do you got for them?
A
You
couple
Richard Childress
pistols.
Got plenty. He lives out in the woods, man.
Yeah, a couple pistols, an AR, a couple shotguns, a couple
He's-
rifles.
He's going bow and arrow first, just for
Yeah.
the fun of it.
Yeah,
Give me that bow.
the bow's my favorite.
Give me a challenge.
You got a crossbow?
I don't.
Damn. Have you ever shot one?
Yeah.
Is
they're
it much different?
Oh yeah, it's like shooting a gun.
Really?
I mean, you can shoot one with a crossbow. And the crossbow they're shooting so fast now, like you can shoot them at 100 yards and put them in damn, inch diameter.
Dang.
Like it's nothing. I mean, they're pretty badass.
Sniper crossbow.
You
Yeah,
could do that.
crossbows are pretty slick.
Have you ever thrown a hatchet?
I've tried. I mean, not done it tried to actually do it successfully. Just
Yeah.
as a kid throwing them. Yeah, but
Well, there's a bar now we can go to.
Oh yeah,
What?
we should
I
do
saw that on
that.
Facebook, but
Shut
I'm
up.
pretty
All the-
sure.
the
Yeah, it's like a hatchet.
JGR motocross team went there for like a team building deal.
Where's it at?
In
It's
Charlotte.
not. Is it really
in
here?
Charlotte,
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them everywhere. There's one in Charlotte. You just go there and you drink beer and throw.
they have
Hatchets
hatchets
at-
for anyone to just pick
Well,
up.
it's like set up like
Axes
Like
and
a gun
hatchets
range.
and
Like
whatever.
it's all netted and
Oh,
or
it is?
fenced or something, so you can have your own lane.
I mean,
yeah,
but it should
bunch of drunk
say
people.
like, "Hey, don't stand in front of the hatchet, stupid." Like it's like playing in a dart league.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but you get in the bar and everyone's drinking, and some guy that's pissed off happens to have a hatchet in his hand. I don't think I want to be in there.
Listen,
That's why you just gotta be nice to people all the time.
we don't drink at those bars.
I know you'll be strapped though. You got your concealed. I got my
Yeah.
concealed. I'm not even like nearly.
But you can't consume alcohol.
Yeah, but shit. Someone's coming at me with a hatchet. I think I can get the prosecutor to bat blind eye. It was just 1.5 Coors Light.
That's
Just
like water.
That's like
it's
water.
just water. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they'll get it. I don't know. Charlotte's seen worse.
Jeffrey's angry at us right now.
Why?
We have Coors Light in here.
Why? What are you, a Budweiser guy?
Coors Latte, not Bush Latte.
Yeah.
You like Busch Light?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's just,
Well,
it happened so quick to have him on here. It's just not time to make an order.
Yeah.
maybe you'll have
I was
Busch Light.
last minute fill in, huh?
Yeah. Sorry. Everyone else canceled.
Bring you Smoothie King all the time, and I'm just like a last minute fill in.
You
I
did
got
do
it.
that today.
Jeez.
I will be right back.
Okay. Cool.
Oh.
He's leaving. He says he's working, but he's really not.
He's got to do another 30-minute conversation.
Yeah. If we had a sponsor here, I'd plug him, but we really don't. We don't have Applebee's this week. We don't have Busch Light.
Well, we got Coors Light instead.
Yeah. So I guess thanks Coors Light.
Deer Park water.
Yeah. So the reason you're on here, you got big news this week. We'll go ahead and talk about that since Skip left us. So I guess how'd the whole deal come together so quickly? So it did happen very quickly.
Yeah, it was real quick. I kind of got shit canned there right before Christmas. Thought everything was good, and that all fell apart. So
how much time did they give you, like, before they released it to media?
that I was shit canned? Like a day, not even.
Really?
Maybe like 7 hours.
Which sucks.
It's kind of a shitty deal.
Yeah.
Not really thrilled about it. Shit happens. Move
Right.
on.
That's racing.
Yeah, make the best of it. So that whole deal fell apart, and we were right back to trying to see what options were available out there. Obviously, they're pretty limited that late in the season. So we had been in talks with a few teams and had discovered that Starcom Racing was trying to acquire the 27 charter, and we're really looking to put together a pretty decent effort to put a race program together. And I mean, they bought ECR engines, they bought RCR chassis. They're having RCR do some of their bodies and Will Jones do some of their bodies, which Will Jones does an excellent job hanging bodies. So there was just really promising efforts going into the deal, and they had showed interest in having me on as a driver, and one thing led to another, and they said, well, we got to have some kind of sponsor dollars, and VRX simulators. They sent me this pretty badass simulator, and
Very badass.
yeah, it was.
That thing was sweet. That was when we were in SEMA. That's when the first time I saw one,
Oh yeah,
and that thing was sweet.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I need one of these.
yeah, they're pretty sick.
Yeah.
So
It's a whole different level. Like, we have ours, and then there's that.
Yeah.
Like, it's 10 times more impressive.
Feels like you're in a race car.
yeah, I mean the steering wheel,
The feedback is-
the foot pedals. I mean it's a nice setup.
If only I had a friend to invite me over and.
Well, if you had something better than Coors Light for you to drink when I came here.
We got sugar-free Red Bull too.
Sugar-free.
Just in case.
Sugar-free.
Yeah, we have plenty of Red Bull.
Now, do they make just the ones with?
Yeah, he's back, by the way.
I am back. Everything is coated,
Oh, good.
flow coated.
Flow coated.
Yeah, call me. Look me up. Do they have just the model you have, like just the
No,
or they have
they-
everything down to the bottom?
Dude, they have any kind of simulator you can imagine. I mean, it's almost mind-blowing hearing them talk about the simulator stuff that they have. I mean, they're talking about simulators for rocket ships going up to
Oh, wow.
way outer space.
That's my next question: is what else they do? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's pretty sweet.
Dude, it's insane. They have a bobsled, the Canadian bobsled team.
What?
Like, they have a bobsled simulator for them to practice with.
That's sweet.
Airplanes, helicopters. They have a moving floor. It's like a floor pad that they can simulate anything. Like, I mean, they
Oh,
they
so you can,
just
like,
put
run on it? So you're, like, attached. You can run, do your thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, you,
I
feel like
didn't,
I've seen
I
that
didn't get the
somewhere.
full details, but it's basically like a big motion pad that
Yeah.
you can either put chairs on and sit there, or just do just about. He said they could practically simulate anything you can imagine with this floor pad.
It's like
deal.
a glorified version of Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah,
Yeah, sweet.
where the floor moves back.
Greg's that kid that's in the arcade,
I am not that kid.
sweating, his shoes off, playing
His
Dance
sandals
Dance
off.
Revolution.
His sandals
yeah.
off.
I'm not
Barefoot,
that.
so
I'm
you
not-
gotta go there and clean the athlete's foot off.
I'm not that coordinated. I can't do that.
Can you imagine how different Cool Runnings would be if the Jamaican bobsled team had a
Simulator.
simulator? There'd been no
VRX
movie.
simulator.
Yeah.
Hey, we're on a bobsled team. Okay, here you go. Thank God that they weren't. But that seems.
It's crazy, though.
It's
That
pretty
seems
wild.
nuts.
I mean, they got some cool shit.
Technology, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's Robert, the owner. He's way smarter than I've ever even considered thinking in my wildest dreams. I was so. It was pretty cool that after sending me a simulator, we were able to talk them into doing some sponsorship to where they're doing primary sponsorship at Daytona. So pretty slick looking
Have they-
00 car.
Yeah, it looks really good actually
Yeah.
for being a quick deal, and I figured it would just have like a logo and like a white car, but it actually looks really good. I'm pretty pumped for it.
They had a pretty slick design.
Have they been in racing before?
They have not like this, not
Yeah.
to a full caliber. They've done some stuff where Jeff Gordon got in one of their simulators,
Just small
thought
stuff.
they were pretty slick, yeah. But just little stuff here.
So
and
they're
there.
pretty pumped that they're getting ready to go to Daytona 500.
Yeah, beyond pumped. The guy was a huge fan of my grandfather's and huge fan of Junior's, and he said now he's going to be a huge fan of mine.
Just wait till we see this helmet. It's gonna look sweet.
I know.
Do they have a
waiting.
website or anything
So
or social media platforms?
Yeah, just VRX simulators on Instagram. VRX Motorsports is their motorsports program website.
Cool.
So
We'll have to check it out.
Are they? So they're based in Canada.
yeah, they're a Canadian-based team.
Hey.
They're far out, but they're right there in the middle of where, like, it seems like everyone that's ever did anything that required you to be really, really smart and have any kind of technology knowledge.
Right.
They're right there in the center of it all. He was saying like EA Sports was like started and done right there outside of where they're at. So
it's like the Silicon Valley of
Canada.
yeah.
So are they going to? I don't know if you mentioned this when I was over at your house. Are they bringing
Wait, you went over to
simulators
his
to
house?
Daytona?
I've never been.
What the heck?
He had to come film me on the Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's right. You wore an Off Axis shirt too. That was
Yeah,
pretty.
dude.
That was cool.
And a
man.
race hard hat.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
No
Try-
flow
try-
coating
try
stuff.
to-
So.
No flow coating.
Didn't have anything.
You had the underwear on, the flow coating underwear.
But anyways, are they going to bring stuff for the fans to try? I thought.
So that's still up in there. They're still working on all the details there. I know some things that they're looking to actively do is get some like simulator rooms done at the racetracks
Oh, very cool.
to showcase their stuff. But
Almost like another fan experience.
yeah, exactly. I mean, you drove it.
4
It's
tracks.
pretty wild, and it's hard to really close that gap of getting someone that much closer to knowing what it feels like to be in a car. But
It's pretty huge nowadays.
it's crazy.
I mean, to see William Byron come in and go straight to Cup because he's spent so many times on an iRacing rig, like, I mean, that's
Or Ty Majeski.
it's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. And it's not like it's some publicity stunt either. Like, these kids are actually really well.
Their
like,
life is
yeah,
just racing.
they're really good.
You see they have a 6-figure payout iRacing tournament deal going on.
Can you get on there and just wreck the field?
Right? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, you could just have him do
where's
it because that's all apparently that people know me for from
It'll be
iRacing.
under Cole Richards.
Yeah.
Cole L. Richards.
Your name has just been drugged through the trash on iRacing.
all the forums just hate me.
Everyone tells me I can't drive on there. They're like, "Oh, it can't be the real Jeffrey Earnhardt because this guy sucks."
This
I'm
guy's terrible.
like, this is my first time driving a street stock on here.
If you're at a street stock at USA Speedway or Charlotte Motor Speedway at 5 o'clock, your life is in danger.
Yeah.
And you see Cole Richards pop up on the screen.
You might as well just get out of that
I
race.
love it.
Just know it's
stay
gonna be a
on
wreck
pit
fest.
road.
I didn't even feel bad because the whole time they're just yelling at Cole when I'm behind the wheel. And it's like, dang it, Cole, you gotta drive better than that.
Yeah.
One guy went into a whole like spiel one night of telling me that this is not a game. It's a real simulator that I don't remember what he said. It was more than what I could handle or something like that, and I was like, okay, bud,
These
calm
guys,
down.
they get so serious.
Yeah, they're so spun out.
I was running a UMP modified race the other night at I think we were at Eldora, and this dude just drove it off in the corner really hard, and I chopped his nose and spun myself out because he clipped my left rear, and brought the caution out, and they kicked me out of the damn race. And I'm like, I could understand if I was driving like an asshole, but. And then this other kid, he was like, "Oh, Jeffrey, you suck." He's like, "Why are you qualifying so bad?" Blah, blah. And then he goes out and he wrecks half the field on the first lap in turn 1. And I'm like, who's the idiot now?
Do you have the mic on your?
I don't. I'm glad I don't.
You need
If
that.
I
You'd
had
be
one.
talking-
No, if I had
They'd
one,
be
it'd
recording
bad.
you.
Yeah.
They'd be recording for YouTube, and they just catch you talking smack.
Yeah.
You're a little bit of a soft-spoken guy, though.
Yeah.
Like they'd be like, Jeffrey, what? And he'd be like, yeah.
Hey, no, it's you though. There's no hiding behind that.
Yeah, right here. NASCAR is starting an online racing league with a 6-figure payout.
Holy smokes!
Smart.
That's crazy.
NASCAR starting that?
Rob Kaufman.
Oh.
Yep. He's it's a deal that he's putting together. So if you want to win 6 figures,
I'm down.
I mean,
I'll go race.
I'm not that good, but
I wonder what the entry fee is.
yeah.
They get a base setup. Nobody. It's not an open setup.
If
Those guys,
if it was fixed, I'd do it.
They run that cup deal. It's nuts. There's this kid that works with me.
You change tires for it?
No,
iRacing tire changer.
it would probably hurt a lot less. But there's this kid that works on the 22 Xfinity car that's like he told me he's a crew chief for the Peak Antifreeze series. And I said, what? So then he started pulling out all these graphs of loads, and I was like, bro, good for you.
I had a kid one time.
Send me that setup. That's cool. Send me that.
I had a kid one time talk to me at a racetrack, tell me he's a spotter, and I said, oh, cool, like for a local short track home or whatever. Nah, I spot for iRacing. My buddy iRaces, and I get on there and spot.
These guys are legit.
Yeah.
Like,
Full team, man.
they take it pretty serious.
That's cool though. I mean,
It's too
you're trying to
serious.
get that racing experience, and you can't afford a car.
That's true.
You spend all that time on there.
Maybe I
33.
should have done it a lot more and a lot better, and I'd have been able to get a ride a lot easier.
Yeah, just play video games a lot more. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
More video games.
How was
crazy.
There's just something about after you win a race and you race your ass off on iRacing. Like I only race sprint cars on there most of the time, and it's been unplugged since we had the baby. But like when you're just driving your ass off and you feel accomplished, and you're like, yeah, and then you shut it off and walk upstairs in your sweatpants, and you're like, nah, I'm not that much of a badass. Like, you know, like it's cool. It's super cool because like sometimes you get into it and you're like, I've been into it. We're like, hell yeah.
And you're like sweating. Dude,
I can't wait to go eat a bologna sandwich from Eldora when I get done. And then you're done and you're like, Chris is like, what are you doing down there? Get up here.
I never know what he's doing down there.
What's everybody's biggest race that they've won? Their favorite.
On iRacing?
Yeah.
None.
I mean, I've never made it out of the rookie series, so
I went on a complete tear with 360 and 305 sprint cars. That it's
you're the king.
I'm pretty much the Steve Kinzer of that back then, but that was about it.
I got dreams of running the Chili Bowl, so I've been wearing the midget out lately.
Yeah.
I
gotta get lessons from Skip here. But
no, what I do is way different than the Chili Bowl. But I've been talking about going to the Chili Bowl too. But
we should
start a team. Let's start a team.
Let's go.
Chad Boat
Factory
is literally. We could walk there right now. His shop is not even a tenth of a mile away.
He's got
and
like
they've got
5
some
cars,
of the
man.
nicest stuff. No, they've got like 12 cars.
Oh, then we're good to go.
Yeah.
Backups for everybody.
They've got, but you got to pay to play. But
15,000.
They've got some of the nicest stuff
15?
there.
Well, that was 15,000.
Someone told me 10.
Or
It's somewhere between
what
10.
did Banner Hill?
Somewhere between
Berry Hill.
10.
Barry Hill told me 10 is what he paid.
Berry Hill's on the family plan.
Yeah, but they don't cut. I don't think they cut slack.
They cut slack.
I doubt it.
I'd pay 10 grand to go put a valid effort at it.
Let's go. Come on.
I told them that I would want to have 2 tests at Millbridge and run the DeCoin indoor race and go to Chili Bowl. That's what I would.
That'd be ideal.
That would be the ideal
not fun.
situation.
They test them at Millbridge?
Well, why the hell not, right?
Yeah.
Might as well. I see a lot of people test them out there.
David-
You can go down there whenever. I mean, it's right there, and there's just like
At least
so much
feel
stuff
the
going
car
on when
out.
you get the Chili Bowl. You might as well figure out how to get pushed off, and you know what it steers like.
I've never even looked at one in person, so I wouldn't know. But
They'd probably let you test it for free too.
There's not much to them.
yeah,
But like you might as well. They're just the little stuff like that, getting in gear, figuring out how to push it off, and then just figuring out how it steers a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely want to drive it a few times before I even attempted to race, and then at least run 1, maybe 2 races before I attempted the Chili Bowl.
Just wheel it.
Send it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
How's this weekend?
This weekend went well.
Well, we did our very best this weekend.
Greg got the biggest kick out of that Saturday morning.
Oh man,
I woke up.
I barely got any sleep, and he comes into my hotel room, and he's like, "Well, guys, we're about $2 grand in the hole on this deal because we got spun out last night." And he's like, "You know what we're gonna do?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "We're gonna do our very best." And then he just walked out of my room.
You know what we're gonna do today? It was race day morning.
Yeah.
All I wanted to do was sleep in, and Richie, my buddy Richie Evans, he was out till 6 or 7 o'clock, and they came back, and they smelled like booze and old socks, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I had to leave my room early, and Barkman was up, and Greg was not.
Always.
Barkman is like the perfect person. He's just never sinned in his life, I don't think. He's even said a cuss word.
Yeah.
So he was up early, so I brought him breakfast with me, and we went back in the morning.
He would be awake. I'd get in the room at like 6:30 in the morning, and he would be
probably typing.
like getting out of bed, like folding his clothes and making the bed back, like in a hotel room.
Yeah.
And like just getting ready for the day. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Just hanging out, like ready to go. It's race day. Like, yeah, we don't race till like 9 tonight, man. Like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it would have been nice to make an extra $500 Friday night.
That's okay.
Our car's super good right now. We qualified on the pole again. That's both races we qualified on pole, and then Friday we were leading and got spun out.
Those are off to watch.
It got back to 4th, so we were good, locked in on points.
What was Friday night? Like, what was that deal? I still don't
So you qualified.
understand
So there used to be.
how it all works.
So the deal with Atlantic City is there's always been like 100 cars plus. Well, this year there were 65. Well, it's been dwindling. Last year there was like 80, and then this year there's less because if you look at it, though, there was 65 cars this year, but there was probably 25 or 30 that could make some noise and win the race. If they, between the drivers and the equipment. Where when they got 100 cars in the past, there was probably 75 of the cars that were, or more, 75 or 80 of the cars that were just junk. That didn't really have a chance. So what they would do, at least 40 of the cars were terrible. And they wouldn't even make it
There's a lot of stats
to the program. So, well, hear me out here.
Okay.
So everybody's saying, oh, they only get 65 cars now. Well, they used to run a program in the morning on Saturday that no one would even see for the cars that wouldn't qualify. Well, they made a deal on Friday night where they run 4 features, so they got more cars when they had 100 cars. Everybody would get the race on Friday. So they would split it up into 4 different features and put everybody in there, 25
Gotcha.
cars apiece. So that way, if you made the haul there, then you got to at least start the feature. So now that there's less cars, they might change something up there. But if they split the field up into 4 different features, we were quick time, so we started 7th in the 4th feature. They invert or whatever. We got the
Gotcha.
lead and got spun out.
Because I had no idea what was going on. I
Yeah.
thought it was like a full deal. Like, I thought those were heat races and we're going to race a feature later. And they were like, no, let's load the thing up. We're going to dinner. And I was like, I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, so we
Show me what I need to do.
So we finished 4th there, and then that put us the top 4 guys. The 4 guys that win the Friday night features lock in.
Yes.
And then the top 5 after that in points. So we were the high points guy after the 4 or some. Whatever. We started 3rd in the feature. Or started 3rd in the dash for a second. And then won the feature. A little bit of controversy. Got in Timmy Buckwalter.
Not bad.
Yeah, he
It
just
wasn't really controversy.
Incident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I've raced with Timmy a long time, and I gave him a couple real good breaks there, and he brake checked me all the dash, and then in the feature, whenever he'd get out of shape, he'd just kind of slam on the brakes to hook the bottom, and I wasn't, I was fully prepared to run second. He was just right as good as us. It's gonna be hard to pass him, and he just missed the bottom on a restart, and tried to gather it back up, and the guys, unfortunately, when there's 20 guys behind you, you don't have time to gather it back up. So. Yeah, he ended up going for a spin, and a lot of the guys up there, it's just, I wouldn't want to be the person making the call, but it worked out for us, and we didn't go to the back. I was about 50-50 thinking, I knew for a fact that I was off the gas. My in-car camera showed I was off the gas when he spun out, but it worked out for us, and it hadn't worked out for us in the past 3 years, but we went to victory lane this year, and that's a big win.
Done.
So,
Congrats.
There's only been 8 guys in 16 years that have won it. And we are one of them.
Didn't even bring the trophy back on the plane.
Damn.
I know. It's a real bummer. I even called American Airlines to see if there was any
Restrictions?
any rules, yeah, and they said, nope, bring it on in.
If I knew we were going to be delayed.
Dude, we
like
sat in the
that.
airport forever. We were all tired, falling asleep. And then we get on the biggest plane I've ever been on in my life, and there's like 30 people on it.
It was a gigantic. It was one of the ones that had the row in the 4 seats in the middle and then 2 on each side.
Like
So
it just came in from Paris,
Nice.
and it was from Philly to Charlotte.
And they did that just for Skip. 'Cause
Yeah.
They just won the
They
race.
thought it was
They
gonna be
knew
a
the
pretty
trophy
big
was
party.
coming.
Yeah. They thought they had to have room for the trophy.
Probably what it was. I called the night before about the trophy, and they're like, "Wow, we need to send this Airbus
Better bring
to
the big one."
Philly."
Atlantic City's a fun show. There's a lot of guys, a lot of people there. It's an event. But
It's a
the
good
problem
time.
is you stay in those casinos and they pump full oxygen, and then you're up till 6 in the morning, and then your whole week is shot. My whole week has been shot,
Sorry,
but it's great.
it's
You
fine.
look exhausted.
Yeah, I'm
It's called being a dad.
Yeah,
Dad
life.
working for a living, being a father, trying to be a half-ass race car driver. But my season's over, and I'm ready to go to Daytona.
Done.
So how many races do you have with Stark? I
Full
wasn't here for that.
season.
Full deal.
Yeah.
The whole year.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Hell yeah.
Things change, obviously, but that's the plan right now. Full deal.
Well, that's
And
awesome.
VRX or
VRX
PRX is on for
simulators
Daytona.
For Daytona, we're working on the rest.
Do you have a charter?
Yes.
You do have a
Yeah,
charter.
the 27 charter.
Heck,
They leased
yeah.
it.
So how did you like? I saw seeing NASCAR when they blasted all out. They're like gonna attempt
Yeah.
at making the Daytona
I
500.
heard that. I was like, attempt hell, we're going.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we're in it.
It's like they almost had to dramatize it a little bit
Yeah.
for.
You guys
Media.
made this charter deal. I got one. That means I'm in.
Yeah.
I ain't attempted nothing.
kicking me out. Yeah. We luckily have a charter. It's nice to have those.
So 39 years of Earnhardt's running the
This is
Daytona
40th.
500.
gonna
I know it
be
is,
40.
but the 39
Oh,
years
okay.
prior.
I didn't want to be the one to break the streak, so.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember your first time going to Daytona as a kid? Or was it before you could
Oh,
remember?
hell. Yeah, it's been. I can't remember the exact first time. I remember going many times.
You weren't born there?
No, surprisingly.
Born down in Halifax.
No.
Mid race?
Yeah. No. But,
Were you there when your grandfather won?
Was it?
No.
Was it? No.
No.
I wish.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of what years I went. I can't remember. Hell, I was a kid. I was more worried about playing on the playground. Back then, I'm pretty sure I thought Caitlin Waltrip was the hottest thing walking the face of the earth. and I'm hoping I get to go to the beach.
Hey, girl. I mean, I feel like if you grew up in racing, you're kind of over it as a child, before you really understand what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
It's just,
Yeah, I just thought that's how it was. You just go to the racetrack and hang out.
yeah.
So how was your grandfather when you were growing up? Pretty intimidating on and
Yeah.
off the track.
He was. It's like people always ask, what kind of man was he as a grandfather? And hell, I always called him Papa Dell, and he's like, no, he's like, yeah, call me Mr. Earnhardt. He's like, Papa Dell makes me feel old. I never called him Mr. Earnhardt, but he'd still answer.
That's
but,
funny.
Would he say that in like a joking way? Like if it like came off as like,
Dead
or is he
serious.
trying to be like?
kind of serious, but you're not really sure kind of thing, It seemed like he was like that quite often. Like he'd be like, I don't know if he's being serious or in a good mood, bad mood, but yeah, he was. I mean, hell, he was my superhero. People talk about how that he was their superhero, but hell, he was mine too.
Right. That's cool.
So how cool is it to be the only Earnhardt in the 500 this year, carrying on that name?
It's
Man.
pretty. I
It's
mean,
big, it's big responsibility, man.
yeah. No shit.
No pressure.
No pressure at all,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's different for sure. Not having someone else with the last name out there. I didn't think he'd come this soon, but here it is, and it's people obviously want you to go out there and pick up where Dale Jr. left off, or pick up where my grandpa left off, and that just it's not that easy.
Yeah.
But hell, I'll give it my best, and that's about all I can do.
I know you're one of the guys who will stop whatever they're doing at the racetrack to go talk to fans and sign as many autographs as possible. Like if you see a big, I don't know, spike in the Twitter followers and stuff, now that you're the one, all the Earnhardt fans of generations are like, okay, we're gonna put our chips on Jeffrey now.
I think it's grown a little bit. Hopefully it'll continue to grow more as the season goes on. But people are like, you hoping that you pick up all juniors fans, and hell, I just hope they stay in the sport, because he's got.
That's true. Yeah.
The majority of them, and if they got out because Junior got out, it would be bad shape for NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a lot of people gone.
No, I don't think so, man.
Oh, here we go.
Who knows? There's no telling.
It is hard to tell.
No telling. Hard telling, not knowing.
A lot of Penske fans out there left, you know.
I think I heard everybody was going to come over and still cheer for the 88 until they saw that he had ugly ass helmets.
Probably.
Alex Bowman.
I'm just happy to be paying for Hendrick, man. That was the goal moving out here. I was like, one day I'm gonna paint a Hendrick helmet. Now I got 2.
So you got Chevys?
Yeah, Chevy.
They're badass.
They're
looking,
slick
ain't they?
looking, man.
Golly,
I think
They're fast in Vegas at testing day.
Yeah, they were really quick.
They were fast
there.
today.
Out in Vegas.
Every day. Larson and
Byron.
Because they struggled at
fastest.
Texas.
Well, that's because he cut a tire and hit the wall before they even got it figured out.
That's why I'm not here for excuses. I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you the facts. Chase Elliott put her in the wall, and they didn't get a test.
I figured that Chevy would be strong this year, coming off
It's mean.
the Toyota dominance and building
Yeah.
a new car. That's where
Yeah, I think
we're a
that
little nervous
body's.
for the Fords because we have the same deal we had last year, but find a way.
Yeah, I think the Chevy bodies are going to be a big benefit for the Chevrolets compared to last year. I haven't seen wind tunnel numbers, but
Okay.
just looking at them, they got to be better.
I'm gonna say I didn't know if they had any numbers released yet or not.
Yeah.
And you got
I haven't
you
seen-
said earlier you have ECR motors,
Yeah,
so
we
that'll
have-
help you out quite a bit at Daytona for sure.
Yeah, we're leasing the ECR motors for the super speedways, and they actually purchased 5 ECR motors. So
Dang.
Now you have to run
you have to run
two races on
before you can freshen them.
on every motor.
Yep.
Really?
So it's going to help.
And how many motors are you allowed to have? 16, 18, I don't
I don't
know.
know. Yeah.
Huh.
It's a good question. I haven't thought about it that way, but
What about these truck motors?
I don't know, man. Does everybody have to run them or no?
Nope.
No.
See, that's where it gets a little salty.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But they're
'Cause-
way faster than the other ones.
Are they?
Spec motor?
Yeah.
Really?
It's supposed to be.
They are.
Or
Well,
lighter?
I have no idea.
I don't know about that either.
yeah, I don't know much about it. I haven't really paid attention. We've had so much going on the picker side of things with the changes that I kind of just stay in my lane. But I mean, I hope that it can help the sport. But when it costs $15,000 to put a body on a car and the Eldora pays $15,000 to win, what's the motor gonna help there? I hope it.
Yeah.
I hope that it does, and I hope that it gets back to getting some more trucks in the series. But you also have to be able to make a little bit of money off it too.
Yeah, you can't go out there and
You can't go out there and just write off your losses. Every
break
time.
even. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your guys' time at right now?
Hopefully better than everybody else.
16 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
That's
gonna be
better than that.
a wake up call for. I hope it's not a wake up call for us, but it's gonna be wake up calls for every other team that don't got it figured out when someone does. So
Are most teams on the same page as to what's gonna?
no clue.
No
I
idea.
don't think
no
anybody
idea.
knows till you go to Atlanta.
I'm not worried about, my coaches come up with a plan at pit practice and we go out there and do the best we can. I'm not worried about what anybody else
Right.
is doing. I'm not worried,
That's on there.
I trust in them 100% to come up with the best way to do it, and I'll just do my part.
It's gonna be interesting.
You have such PR answers when we ask you pick your
I know,
questions.
right? I'm
Yeah.
like,
smart. That's just the truth, man.
Like
I'm
this
not
is supposed to
smart
be
enough.
like crack a cold one open, just have a talk with the boys. He's like
Hey, it's not Saturday.
Mr. PR.
Not for the boys yet.
Yeah, 'cause someone's been coaching them.
Well,
That's the first hour of practice.
No.
They coach you how to answer questions in case somebody asked you on pit road.
big time 3/4 midget driver. You gotta vet your answers.
Is
I guess
that
what
thing
it
coming
is.
back? That's the big question.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's
too
coming back.
It's too fast to sell it.
I was 50-50. I didn't know what was gonna. I mean, we got a long
Scary that everybody keeps getting hurt.
season until the off season starts again, and we can go race that thing. So, and it was scary. It was like, I don't know if you guys watched the updates, but a lot of people got
Cut out of the race car.
Really? Yeah.
I didn't see any of that.
like cut a lot of halos off, and they got to get people out of those cars. They got to tilt them back on the back bumper and
Yeah.
put a board in there, and that was the most people I've ever seen get hurt. But
How many?
probably 3.
There was 2 guys in the TQs and 1 in the go-karts.
Like bad?
Yeah. Yeah.
Broken backs. One guy's in
Ooh.
critical condition. He has that. But,
Again, they don't have best equipment up there.
not the popular answer, yeah, but they don't have good seats, and you're running
Right.
damn near 80 miles an hour, and on throttle time is quite a bit. And
Right. Did they get like
Different
anybody get hit in the halo?
situations. No, nobody did. Somebody got hit. One guy hit left side dominant with the top of the cage, and he didn't have a left side headrest and bounced his head off the bar. And the other kid hit right front dominant, and he had a Kirky seat, which I don't know if that's why or what it was. But he was a young 24-year-old kid. He broke his back. And then another guy hit a ton straight on. And he was fine. He got out and walked away to full containment seat. So I don't know what's right and what's wrong. It's angles and inches. But it's the same thing we've seen in motorsports for a while. Hopefully they can get it figured out.
It was very fast Saturday.
We broke the track record in the feature.
When you walked across the track that day, your shoes would almost come off your feet. It was so... The track was so tacky. And then when you get these super light cars with a ton of horsepower on there, it was...
How'd Tai do?
It was scary fast.
Tyler finished third.
Oh, cool.
Started 17th.
Wow.
Came to the
he got
field.
to the front, then went back to the back, and then came back to the front.
Yeah, he did really well for
Did he wreck somebody?
just starting in a car.
I think he did. I think that's why he had to go to the back, but I didn't really get to see it. Tyler's good. He just damn talks too much sometimes.
Yeah, he just walked in that car too. He didn't really do much to
Tyler
it.
Truex gets after it. Good for him.
Cool.
Good for him. Maybe one day we'll have him on here.
Tyler?
Yeah.
Next time he comes down, he's good. Hey, he talks, man.
He does talk. We'll just set him up with his own mic in his own room.
Unlike Ryan Truex Jr., who does not speak.
At all.
Yeah, he's mad for us not having it on the podcast. I'm like, what? You're just gonna trash
hell's
it
he
the
gonna
whole
say?
time and then not talk? Like that's no one wants to hear that.
I don't know why you guys do this. Nobody freaking listens.
Yeah, and then just silence for 30 minutes.
Then he wants to be on it though.
And then but he wants to be on it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Well,
okay.
thanks for coming, talking, hunting with us, and
Yeah.
congrats on the new deal.
Appreciate it.
We're excited about your Daytona 500 venture. Did you get a new helmet painted?
He's
No,
about
it's
to.
getting done. I
Last
can't
minute.
wait.
It's gonna be the last one out the door.
Really?
Yeah.
Saving the best for last, right,
That's
Greg?
What kind of helmets do you wear?
Bell.
Do they give you anything for free? They give you anything for free?
Greg got me the hookup.
We got the deals going, man.
So they give you a deal. So shout out to Bell.
Shout out to
Bell.
Bell.
If you don't give him a deal, then take that shout out back.
We already got the helmet. It's a done deal. It fits. We're just
Nice.
Waiting on Greg.
wait on Noel.
Greg.
Waiting on Greg.
He's we're putting a sweet mural in the back. I'm not gonna say what it is, but
I'll say.
it's gonna be legit.
You'll say?
No.
Oh.
No, he won't say. It's under
secret.
wraps.
I wasn't supposed to know about it.
Hopefully it's a deer and a pig getting shot by a boner or an alligator.
Out of a helicopter. Alligator
Yeah.
shooting a deer out of the helicopter.
That's the next helmet. That's the
Yeah.
next helmet.
All right.
I was thinking a bearded duck. A bearded duck.
I know
with,
you.
like, the
Yeah,
beard.
we wanted to do
Bearded
this
duck.
duck flying away with a beard like flowing in the wind behind
Why
him.
did the Duck Dynasty guys never come
That's
up
what
with
I
that?
said. That's exactly what I said. I'm
Yeah,
like,
what?
what?
They missed the ball.
They-
Yeah, they totally dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, they live out in the sticks.
I
And
don't
are
think
the
they're
best.
hurting though. I
That's
think
that's who Kate needs to get on board with you.
they're Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, let's
Grow the beard out longer, maybe.
let's go.
I know.
Let's all go hunting. I want to go hunting with them once.
Kate
Who?
always tells me my beard sucks.
Yeah, she just
She's a Yankee.
Straight
Said-
up.
she doesn't like anything.
She likes Corey's beard better. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I don't have a dark, nice, thick brown beard like Corey.
I mean, you grow a beard better than I do.
He's got a beard sponsor.
I don't.
I know. You need to
No
get some
beard
beard
sponsor.
oil from Fresh Beards, yeah.
Who am
You
I?
have like yours is like curling. Like you could do the old school like old like the heavyweight lifter guys, like
Oh,
the
yeah,
striped
curl it,
shirts and
yeah.
they curl the mustache up. That's what you could do for sure.
Me and you aren't growing anything.
I
Greg.
cannot grow anything.
Ours grows in all white trashy.
Yeah, at least you can grow a little bit.
Cole's got a beard going, but his kind of grows in like ours. But
I'm-
he's stuck to it.
31 and
He's-
can't grow a
He's on
beard.
the gas with it.
Yeah, well, I'm trying.
I'm getting white hairs in mine already. I never thought I'd get white hairs before I could actually
Trouble.
I think
grow a
it's just-
beard.
I
Yeah,
think you just painted a white helmet recently.
just overspray.
All right. Adios.
I gotta work
Gotta go.
later.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out the Off Axis podcast.
If you like what you heard, like, rate, and subscribe.
Let us know what you think.
See ya. Bye.